You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I saw this late yesterday afternoon, really last night, and I came very close to shooting it then. I said, well, no, I'll wait till in the morning. And then we got a bunch of thunderstorms, and somebody knocked out the electric because they hit a light pole. So I wasn't able to shoot it, but I'm shooting it this morning, and this really caught me off guard. I noticed it, and I was like, interesting. Now, obviously, there's a big break in the WNBA schedule because of the Olympics and Team USA going over there, and a lot of people are going on vacation, and this may very well be what this is. But it is interesting because we know sort of the plot and the ploy that it seems like the Olympic Committee that names the women's basketball team, we sort of understand sort of what they've got going on against Caitlin Clark, and specifically the coach. Everybody knows Cheryl Reeve can't stand Caitlin Clark. All right, that's been widely chronicled at this point by this channel and other media outlets, and we're not even a media outlet, but we were one of the first to bring it out there, is the fact that we know that Cheryl Reeve does not have any love for Caitlin Clark, which the New York Post posted this article, and they even bring it up in the article, and I said, oh, hell. What bigger way to not only screw the Caitlin Clark fans, but give a big, fat, double middle finger to Caitlin Clark than to sneak Angel Reese onto the Team USA roster. And I was like, oh, what? It would obviously become the biggest story. Should be noted, she's a big, and Brittany Griner is old. I'm just putting that out there. All right, Griner's had injuries, missed a bunch of the season. And look, do I think this is going to happen? Probably not. But it's worth taking a look at nonetheless. Angel Reese wrote curiously on her post on an X timeline in which she noted that her luggage got lost by an unnamed airline en route to Paris. Quote, they lost our bags and said we only get 100 euros to shop until they find them, but we made it to Paris, Reese tweeted, adding 2 tears emojis. Aside from the 100 euros not being nearly sufficient relative to cover Reese's typical attire, it is interesting timing because the Olympics kicks off in Paris this weekend. They play today, all right, in a warm-up game. In case you're wondering, right here, all right, in London, it's a showcase game. It's a warm-up game against Germany, and that's at 3 p.m. Eastern time on FS1. So that would be Team USA. Nobody's going to be watching that crap without Caitlin Clark on the team. But, man, this is kind of interesting to keep one eye on. If Reese were getting stealthily added to Team USA women's basketball roster, when there has been much controversy that longtime rival Caitlin Clark got left off, it would be a bombshell story. Nevertheless, Team USA plays Germany in a tune-up in London on Tuesday, so one could reckon that that's where Reese would have headed if she were joining the team. What? I mean, what? It's also likely that Team USA would have sought to quiet Reese about being in Paris before they could make an announcement. So, in other words, they're thinking, well, maybe Angel wouldn't have said anything if she was going to get just snuck onto the team at the last minute. But maybe she just put that out there. Maybe there's nothing to it. Or maybe they actually didn't tell her to be quiet. Therefore, at this juncture, it seems more likely that Reese is just enjoying Paris. Probably. Perhaps coupled with some international marketing opportunities. The WNBA season is on pause for the Olympics until mid-August. Reese has impressed as a rookie on the Chicago Sky, having a WNBA record 15-game streak in which she compiled double-doubles. I mean, I don't know how much she impressed, but nonetheless, you know what we're talking about here. A few fans did weigh in. Let's see if she gets away with the shit she pulled on Clark. Yeah, I mean, seriously, she looks like an Ice Age character. Yeah, she does. That's a fact. Let's see. She lost her bags. This guy said good. WNBA, no one cares. Okay, that's possible. That's very possible, actually. She looks like that hateful Crockett woman in Congress. They must be sisters. I know exactly who they're talking about. Oh, she's horrible. She can stay in Paris. Fans, not a big fan. And this one got ruthless. Don Imus was right. Yikes. Wow. Now, I did go over and check some injury information to see if I could find anything. This is the starting five. Asia, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, a dinosaur. Brittany Griner, she's headed down the dinosaur route. And Sabrina Ionescu. So, I didn't see anything about any of them being injured, but it's interesting nonetheless, and it's worth raising the question. Could Cheryl Reeve pull the ultimate FU to Caitlin Clark and sneak Angel Reese on the Team USA? Could that happen? I mean, that would become one of the biggest stories. The biggest story through this whole Caitlin Clark thing has obviously been all the hate from the players. But it was a massive story when she was snubbed from the team. It was a huge story. All right? And it just took over the sports landscape for like a full week. If Angel Reese gets snuck onto this team, holy hell, the amount of backlash that you would see out of this, it might be the biggest story of the year. Now, it should be noted, and we talked about this, the mainstream media is trying to elevate Angel Reese and make a big deal out of that fraudulent double-double streak and all of that. If she was to be added to Team USA, yikes. That would cause, I think, some issues because you would have some of the Rookie of the Year voters have that in the back of their mind. Oh, well, Angel Reese was an Olympic athlete and Caitlin Clark wasn't. Even though the two should not be related, it would be hard to get that out of those voters' heads. That would be a complete, for lack of a better way of putting it, screwing of Caitlin Clark. But we know Cheryl Reeve hates Caitlin Clark. All right? And, man, what better way to get back at Clark and her fans, because Cheryl Reeve has gotten destroyed over this Team USA thing from Clark fans. What better way to double middle finger back in the direction of the fans and Clark by sneaking the rival onto Team USA? Holy smokes. I don't think it'll happen, but it's worth keeping an eye on because they could still have a tune-up and then make a roster change before the actual Olympics. Wow. I would think it wouldn't because there would be like, you've got a Team USA basketball roster and this and that and the other, but it's worth watching. I mean, for real. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.